Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome tonight. I hope you are great. I am just seeing a video of Officer Tatum or Cantum cooning as usual because he has always been cooning. So the video he was talking about how he would never cry for his wife or in front of his wife and all that. Some people are just coons on a very serious note, and he is really cooning. I am going to say this to my black men. Please, your emotions are very vital. Show them at any point it comes out, as long as it is true. Show your feelings. Nobody will tell you that you are. No, do it. Forget about all these people that come out online to say nonsense. This man is actually out here trying to tell us that he was not invited to the turning point. Now, he is saying that he is the biggest Christian so far now on the app. You will hear him talk all that nonsense, right? That he doesn't know why Donald Trump did not invite him. Probably because of his beliefs. No, was not because of your belief of Officer Tatum. It is because you are this. You are this. That's why you were not invited. And you cannot be invited. You heard me right. Continue to coon. Continue to piece around your own people, because that is what you've been doing for so how many years. You think you are doing yourself great. Go and ask Candace Owen. She has not been chosen actually to this very moment, and let alone you. You are a man, and they are still scared of black men. If you don't know, just a reminder. Let's get into this video.
You all remember this buck dancing rocket raccoon Officer Tatum, as he calls himself? Y'all remember him? Well, do you all remember when he said the following?
Never cry in front of my wife.
Really?
I just wouldn't.
What if your kid died?
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry in front of my wife if my kid died.
To be like the support.
No, yeah, I'm her foundation. I'm her strong point. I'll cry on my own, but if everything is going south, I want my wife to know I'm strong in that situation, and I can be. I don't have to cry. I can do that on another time. My wife is expecting me to be strong in these times. I thought about this. So I heard a guy say this, is that when my father passes away, which everybody's parent is going to pass away, I'm not going to cry at his funeral. I don't want to cry at his funeral. I want my father to know that I'm strong enough to stand up and have this conversation. I've compartmentalized what has happened. I can do that on another time. At my father's funeral, I'm going to stand up and be strong for everybody in the building.
Well, this is going to be interesting. You're so strong, you're not going to cry in front of your wife, even if your kids die, and you're not going to cry at your father's funeral. But does it count as crying in front of those same people on your podcast when you were doing this over Charlie Kirk?
I'm very angry because you don't get your lick back.
The restraint that Officer Tatum is showcasing right now, every Christian in this nation can relate to, because this is the type of suffering that we have to suffer with Christ in such a tragic time like this, but we still have to operate in peace and have to honor the word.
So let me see if I have this right. And y'all stop me if I mess up. But the man who said he wasn't going to cry in front of his wife if his kids died, the man who said that he wasn't going to cry at his father's funeral in front of anybody, is literally out here on a podcast in front of thousands of people, including his wife and kids, in a full-blown snot crying festival over Charlie Kirk. Did you all notice that this man was also missing from the Charlie Kirk memorial service for all his vaulted crying on his podcast? He didn't get a chance to cry at the memorial service either. You can't make this up.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
But cry in front of my wife.
Really?
I just wouldn't.
What if your kid died?
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry in front of my wife if my kid
To
died.
be like the support.
No, yeah, I'm her foundation. I'm her strong point.
This motherfucker tough, ain't he? He said he'll never cry in front of his wife. And if his kids die, he gonna try not to cry then, goddamn, show her how tough he is. He the foundation.
I cry on my own, but if everything is going south, I want my wife to know I'm strong in that situation, and I can be. I don't have to cry.
Now this him when Charlie Kirk died.
The restraint that Officer Tatum is showcasing right now, every Christian in this nation can relate to, because this is the type of suffering that we have to suffer with Christ. In such a tragic time like this, we still have to operate in peace and have to honor the word.
He surely is crying now. I don't know if your wife watching, but everybody else is. Damn, this somebody say he wouldn't cry if his kids died. But this Charlie Kirk shit was just too much for him. Boy, boy, boy. Motherfuckers will cry over their motherfucking master before they cry over their children. At least he doing that man crying. He ain't snotting going on. Be fucked up if he was snotting. Nigga, you snot crying for that motherfucker? Huh? Charlie Kirk's wife didn't snot cry for his ass. Boy, you must be close to turning point. You must be one of them. Super cool. I know you was at Charlie Kirk funeral crying like a motherfucker. Had your Turning Point USA shirt on and everything.
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point faith events, which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now.
I think you're using the wrong C word. You mean coon. Wait a minute, so you ain't get to go? You snot crying for that motherfucker and they still goddamn blackballed your ass. Get it? Blackball.
That stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever been on. But I didn't cry.
No, you whining now. Ever since I've been doing this, I've been getting versed in the kundum. And like I told y'all, there's a lot of them motherfuckers. And he's one of them. They call him Officer Tatum. I don't know if he the police, he might have used to be. But this the thing though. Out of all the coons, he got the best haircut.
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point faith events, which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now that stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever.
Brandon Tatum still doesn't want to answer the phone. Like Vicky, he's in denial. He's like Vicky. Vicky still doesn't want to answer the phone. Brandon Tatum doesn't want to answer the phone. Brandon Tatum is like, I'm one of the biggest Christians. We're Christians. We're all Christians. Why did you invite me? Because I'm a Christian. You're a Christian. He's a Christian. We're all Christians. But Brandon, it's not about being a Christian. It's about being black, my son. See, Brandon, you can marry all the white women you want to. You can have all the kids by white women you want to. You never going to be white. Never. No matter how much you talk down on black people, no matter how much you want to kiss the ass of Israel, y'all always gonna be a nigga. What Jay-Z say?
Light nigga, dog nigga, purple nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, purple nigga, house nigga, real nigga, still nigga, still nigga.
You know, we really shouldn't be laughing at Officer Tatum. But I can't help myself. The crash out is too goddamn entertaining. And after all, that's what we're here for on TikTok. We're here for some fucking entertainment. And his spazzing out is pure gold. I mean, this guy went from being 100% sure that Charlie Kirk was never going to lead a pro-Israel movement to then saying we shouldn't be commenting on things that Charlie can't defend himself since he's not here, to now calling him childish and immature. And then yesterday, he done said Charlie throws tantrums. I mean, what happened to talking shit about Charlie when he not here to defend himself? I mean, this guy can't make his mind up. He went from defending Charlie Kirk to now talking shit about Charlie Kirk, all in the name of protecting Israel. And he said he ain't getting paid. The fuck? Well, my guy Brandon Tatum was at it again. And somebody needs to start telling him, debates ain't his thing. Like, he's just a straight spaz. I don't know if y'all caught him on Piers Morgan yesterday, but boy, here's the thing when it comes to all this Middle East nonsense. You are not being real to yourself if you over there celebrating Israel. You just can't be. You're not human. That's like being mad at the slaves on the plantation and then they escape and murder everybody in the house. Are you mad at the slaves or the person in the house? Cause fuck them in the house. I'm just saying. Put this shit in perspective. I mean, is it terrible? Why, yes. But you gotta put yourself in them shoes. Like if somebody kidnapped your kid and you found them in some stranger's house. Are you waiting to figure out who kidnapped them? Not I. I'm lighting everybody up. I mean, that's the realization. And on top of it, they doing it over a religion that ain't even there. And this is very important, people. The Bible was written to you, not for you. You are not the...
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point Faith events, which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now that stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever been on. But I didn't cry and say, I said, you know what? I understand, man. God gave me a platform that's bigger than any platform you can give me anyway. So I can do my own Christian stuff on my own platform. I'm not tripping, bro. I'll still do the thing because I care about the kids. I care about the young people. I'm on campus with these young people. I see the sacrifice they make. I'm on campus. I will support them forever. And Charlie Kirk, I didn't like the fact that they did that. I was upset with Charlie Kirk over that, but I never talked to him about it, so it wasn't a big deal. If I really was mad enough, I would have called him. But I was like, it's all right, man. If they don't want me to speak because of something else, when they got Tucker up here talking bad about Jews, I said it is what it is. That's not my place. I don't run the organization. If I don't like it, I don't have to work with them. But I do love Charlie, and I do love what Turning Point stands for. So I say I'm going to work within the capacity that God has called me to do, and whatever I can do to support and serve, that's what I'm going to do. But if and you know why they didn't want me in Turning Point Faith? Probably because a donor said, we don't want Brandon in Turning Point Faith because of his beliefs. Well, one belief that's really, in my personal opinion, the belief is semantics. But a donor probably told them, we don't want Brandon there. A donor probably told them, we don't want Candace there. And what did they do? They didn't allow me to be there. And Candace wasn't allowed to be there. I was not invited to any of the Turning Point Faith events, which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now that stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever been on. But I didn't cry and say, I said, you know what? I understand, man. God gave me a platform that's bigger than any platform you can give me anyway. So I can do my own Christian stuff on my own platform. I'm not tripping, bro.
Yeah, they didn't want that mark of the beast, that mark of Cain rubbing off on them. See, y'all will never get it. When they're done using you, they will dump you. Our people will never get it. There's nothing. Maybe you know what I'm thinking? Maybe a lot of y'all are thinking it's gonna take white people 465 years to change. So hang in there. They're gonna change. Hang in there. We got Officer Tatum. Y'all know he's done a video about me, right? One of my videos where I would say, fuck it, murderize these fucking white babies if they're gonna keep hanging black men. If they're gonna keep lynching us, murderize their fucking babies. I made it. Oh my God, look at these. Bitch, suck my dick.
Y'all want to see something crazy? Check this out.
For my wife.
Really?
I just wouldn't.
What if your kid died?
That's a different thing. I mean, I would try not to cry for my wife if my kid
To be
died.
like the support.
No, yeah, I'm her foundation. I'm her.
Damn, that nigga tough, ain't he? That boy said he ain't crying in front of his wife even if his kid died. Fuck you mean, boy? Ain't no crybaby shit over here.
I cry on my own. But if everything is going south, I want my wife to know I'm strong in that situation. And I can be. I don't have to cry.
Damn, that boy say he ain't even gotta cry. Cause he need his wife to know that she got a strong man. You know? I mean, just look at how he handled Charlie Kirk's death.
It's that I believe that Charlie went to heaven because he was a good man.
Now that's some crazy shit. You won't shed a single tear for your wife or your kid, but this motherfucker get the ugly snot-nosed booger cry? Charlie was a good man. Nigga, shut the f.
So I was not invited to any of the Turning Point Faith events.
Oh no, not you.
Which I'm one of the biggest Christians in the movement right now.
Okay.
that stand up for Jesus Christ on every platform that I've ever been on. But I didn't cry and say, that's.
I'm sure you did not, but you're doing that right now.
I said, you know what? I understand, man. God gave me a platform that's bigger than any platform you can give me anyway.
Man, keep that.
So I can do my own Christian stuff on my own platform. I'm not tripping, bro. I'll still do the thing because I care about the kids. But I was like, it's all right, man. If y'all, they don't want me to speak because of something else. When they got Tucker up here talking bad about Jews, I said it is what it is. That's not my place. I don't run the organization. And you know why they didn't want me in Turning Point Faith? Probably because a donor said, we don't want Brandon at Turning Point Faith because of his beliefs.
Look, I don't think it was your beliefs, officer. It was your,
A donor probably told him, we don't want Brandon there. A donor probably told him, we don't want Candace there. And what did they do? They didn't allow me to be there.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
From this video. First of all, I am going to start with black men. And that is if you are caught up in a situation where you need to cry, please, there is no rule that says a man shouldn't cry because you are strong. There is no rule that says you have to be strong for every other person. There is no rule that says because you are a man, nobody should see you cry. Let me tell you this. Cry as much as you can. That's why you are human. Stop bottling up in the name of wanting to be a man. And the same, I wanted to call him something, but yeah. The same coon that said that he would not cry for the wife is out there crying for one silly man. Let me tell you something about Officer Tatum or Tankum, or whatever his name is. I don't care, Officer Tatum. You are deceiving yourself. I want you to know this. I want you to know that you were not invited to the Turning Point Memorial or whatever you call it because you are not fit. Officer Tatum, you are a black man. It doesn't matter if you are married to a white woman. You are just a Conesian, a coon that has been cooning around since I don't know for how long you've been cooning. But you are going to continue cooning and find out that in the end, you have nothing to take home. Who told you because you are black or because you married a white woman for that reason, anything that got to do with black is just disastrous? That is how bad and how deceived you are. You've been deceived or you deceived yourself. Because if I say that you were deceived, I mean, like at your age, you are old enough not to be deceived. All right. So I am not going to say you were deceived. You deceived yourself. You think proximity to white makes you white. No, you cannot be white no matter how hard you try. Even if you decided to bleach your skin from head to toe, bro, I'ma not say you are a black person. So clock that. I've been seeing all your videos. I am sure you saw the video of the Republicans, right? That their chats leaked. You were not saying anything about it. You were not saying anything about it. The way you want to talk about black people because you feel like, oh yeah, I can say anything I want because I am black. In the end, you might actually not have anywhere to run to because the other side do not even want you because you are not white and you are not even white. So you cannot fit in. Go and ask Candace Owen. Candace Owen is actually a woman, but yet she has not been indoctrinated. No matter how hard she tried. You think you will get there. No, you ain't getting there. You are the biggest Christian, like you say. No, you are not a Christian, Officer Tatum. Go and sit down and read about Christianity, because you all come out here to use Christianity to deceive yourself, not even people. You deceive people and deceive yourself in the name of being the biggest Christian. How are you a Christian with the kind of things that come out from your mouth? You are not Christ-like. And if you are the person that will make me convert to Christianity if I were not a Christian, right? Trust me, you are far away, because you cannot convert me. It's that bad. Go and ask other people that abandoned their community because they wanted to make some money from conservative, because they want to heal you, because they want to make you feel like, oh yeah, you're speaking the truth. You see this community you abandoned, I hope you know that is forever. Go from there. You can't come back. You cannot turn around and come back. Go and ask other people. Go and ask Tim Scott. Go and ask Byron Donald. How far? And the truth is that you are still going to find out eventually. Yeah, you will find out, because sometimes you all are blinded with money. You are blinded with money, that you don't see the reality. You think that everything is all about money, and in the end, it will clear from your eyes. You know, all good money is not good money. How are you making your money? That is another thing. You will find out what you did to yourself, or what you've done to yourself. Maybe not today, but eventually. But I am sure you are already getting the heat, because you were not invited for the reason, for your beliefs. What beliefs? What beliefs are you? It is because you are these. Yes, it is because of these. That's why you were not invited. It wasn't for people like you. Clock that. Like my people will say. I will draw the curtain here. I don't have time for Officer Tatum. Let him go and think about himself. Bye for now.